Part 1. The Sky Net. The sky over Flower Fruit Mountain was no longer blue. It was a wall of gold and silver armor. The Jade Emperor was not playing games anymore. He had sent the 4 heavenly kings, the 28 constellations, the 9 luminaries, and 100,000 celestial soldiers. They surrounded the mountain from the east, west, south, and north. They cast a massive magical net, the Sky and Earth Net, so that not even a mosquito could escape. Down on the ground, the monkeys were terrified. They hid deep inside the water curtain cave. But Sun Wukong stood on the mountain peak, leaning on his golden staff. He was drinking the last jar of stolen heavenly wine. "Your Majesty!" his generals cried. "There are too many of them!" "Relax," Wukong laughed, wiping his mouth. "Quantity does not equal quality. Watch this!" The 9 luminaries, the star gods of the planets, flew down first. "Wretched monkey!" they shouted. "Surrender now, and we might leave your corpse intact." Wukong didn't answer. He just swung his staff. Whoosh! The golden staff grew to be 100 feet long. Wukong swept it across the sky like a giant broom. Bang! Crash! The 9 luminaries were knocked out of the sky like bowling pins. They scrambled back to the clouds, dragging their weapons, their armor dented. "He is too strong," they reported to Grand Marshal Li. "Send the 4 heavenly kings," Li commanded. The 4 kings stepped forward. One played a magic pipa, one held a magic umbrella, one held a snake, and one held a sword. They unleashed wind, fire, and sonic waves. Wukong plucked a handful of hair, chewed it up, and spat it out. Change! Thousands of tiny Wukongs appeared. They swarmed the 4 kings, biting their ankles and breaking their swords. The battle lasted from morning until sunset. The 100,000 soldiers couldn't advance a single inch. Wukong stood alone against an army, and he was winning. Part 2. The Recommendation. High in heaven, the Jade Emperor watched the battle through a magic mirror. He was embarrassed. His entire army couldn't catch one monkey? Just then, the Bodhisattva Guanyin arrived. She was the goddess of mercy from the South Sea. She saw the stalemate and smiled. "Your Majesty," Guanyin said gracefully, "your soldiers are strong, but the Monkey King is tricky. You need a warrior who is just as tricky as he is." "Who do you suggest?" the emperor asked. "Your own nephew," Guanyin replied. "The true lord, Erlang Shen. He lives at the river mouth. He has mastered the 73 transformations, one more than Wukong. He has a 3rd truth-seeing eye. He is the only one who can match the monkey." The Jade Emperor immediately sent a decree. Erlang Shen was hunting with his 6 sworn brothers and his faithful dog, the Sky Howling Hound. When he received the order, he grabbed his 3-pointed double-edged lance. "Brothers," Erlang said, "time to go to work. Let's see what this monkey is made of." Part 3. The Duel of Changers. Wukong was resting on a rock when a new warrior appeared. Erlong Shen looked magnificent. He wore silver armor and a yellow cape. In the middle of his forehead was a vertical eye, currently closed. He didn't bring an army, just his dog and his hawk. "Are you the stable boy who stole the peaches?" Erlang mocked.
"And you must be the emperor's nephew who lives in the swamp," Wukong shot back. "I remember your mother was a goddess who fell in love with a human. You're a half-breed, aren't you?" Erlong Shen was furious.
He thrust his lance. Clang! Sparks flew. Wukong blocked it with his staff. This was different from the other fights. Erlong was fast. When Wukong grew giant, Erlong grew giant. When Wukong grew 3 heads, Erlong grew 3 heads. They fought for 300 rounds, and neither could win. Wukong realized he couldn't beat this guy with brute force. He needed to be clever. Wukong suddenly shrank. Poof! He turned into a tiny sparrow and flew into a tree. Erlong stopped. He opened his third eye. A beam of light scanned the tree. He saw the sparrow. "Ha!" Erlong shouted. "Change!" He turned into a hungry hawk and dove at the sparrow. Wukong saw the hawk coming. Poof! He dove into the water and turned into a fish. Erlang landed, saw the splash, and turned into a fish-eating crane. He waited on the water's surface. Wukong the fish saw the crane. He panicked. Poof! He turned into a slippery water snake and swam for the shore. Erlong saw the snake. Poof! He turned into a massive eagle with sharp talons, ready to snatch the snake. Wukong rolled onto the riverbank. He was running out of ideas. He saw a small shrine on the hill. Poof! He turned into a shrine. His mouth became the door. His eyes became the windows. His tongue became the Bodhisattva statue inside. But he had a problem with his tail. He didn't know where to put it, so he stuck it up in the back like a flagpole. Erlang Shen landed. He walked up to the shrine. He looked at the door. He looked at the windows. Then he looked at the flagpole sticking out of the back. "That's weird," Erlang laughed. "I have seen many shrines, but I have never seen one with a tail. This must be the monkey. I think I will smash the windows, eyes, and kick down the door. Teeth!" Wukong was terrified. "If he smashes my eyes and teeth, I'm finished." Poof! He turned back into his invisible form and rocketed into the sky. Part 4. The Diamond Snare. While they were chasing each other, the gods in heaven were watching. "They are evenly matched," said Laozi, the old Taoist master. "But the monkey is getting tired. Let me help my friend Erlang." Laozi pulled a shining silver ring from his sleeve. "This is the diamond snare," Laozi explained. "I use it to protect myself, but it is also very heavy." Laozi dropped the ring from the clouds. It fell thousands of feet. Whack! It hit Wukong right on the back of his head. Wukong was dizzy. He stumbled and fell over. Before he could get up, Erlong's sky-howling hound rushed in and bit Wukong's calf. "Gotcha!" Erlong Shen leaped onto Wukong. He called his brothers. They tied Wukong up with magical ropes that bound his soul so he couldn't transform. They ran a hook through his collarbone, ouch, and dragged him up to heaven. "We caught him!" Erlang announced. The rebel is captured. Part 5. The Execution That Failed.
Wukong was chained to the demon execution pillar. The Jade Emperor looked down at him with cold eyes.
You have caused enough trouble. Executioners, kill him! First, they used lightning. The thunder god struck Wukong with bolts of blue lightning. But when the smoke cleared, Wukong was yawning.
Is that it? It tickles! Next, they used fire. The fire god blasted him with cosmic flames. Wukong just enjoyed the warmth. Ah, nice sauna. Finally, they used weapons.
Huge guillotines and axes chopped at his neck. Clang, clank. The blades shattered. Wukong's neck didn't even have a scratch. The executioners were sweating. Your Majesty, we can't kill him. He ate the peaches, he drank the royal wine, and he swallowed Laozi's pills of immortality. His body has become a diamond. It is indestructible. The Jade Emperor was panicked.
What do we do with a monster we can't kill? Laozi stepped forward. There is a way. The pills inside his belly are raw, Laozi explained. They haven't been digested properly.
If we put him inside my 8 trigrams furnace and cook him with samadhi fire, we can melt him down. We can separate the elixir from his body, and he will turn into ash. Do it, ordered the emperor. Part 6. Into the Furnace. Laozi dragged Wukong to the Tushita Palace. He pushed the monkey inside the massive bronze furnace. He slammed the lid shut and sealed it with magic paper.
Start the fire, Laozi commanded. The servants pumped the bellows. The fire roared. The heat inside was unimaginable. But Wukong didn't die. He realized that the furnace was built like the 8 trigrams, Bagua.
There were 8 sections: heaven, earth, water, fire, wind, thunder, mountain, and lake. Wukong was clever. He knew that the wind section, the sun position, did not have fire. It only had smoke. He quickly curled up in the wind corner. The fire couldn't burn him there. However, the smoke was terrible. It blew into his eyes constantly. His eyes turned red and stung like crazy. He coughed and cried for 49 days. This smoke didn't blind him, though. Instead, it refined his eyes. It turned his golden eyes into the fiery golden eyes, Huo Yan Jin Jing. Now he would always be able to see through any demon's disguise, but his eyes would always be weak to smoke. Part 7. The Monkey Springs Out. After 49 days, Laozi smiled. He must be melted by now. Let's open the furnace and collect the gold. Laozi ordered the servants to open the lid. Creak. As soon as the light hit the inside, Wukong, who had been holding his breath for 7 weeks, saw the opening. Roar! He leaped out like a tiger pouncing from a cage. He kicked over the furnace. Crash! The bricks tumbled out, setting the palace floor on fire. Laozi tried to stop him, but Wukong pushed the old god down. Wukong pulled the golden staff from his ear. He was mad. He was smoky. And he was stronger than ever. I am the great sage, Wukong screamed, and I am going to destroy this entire palace. He fought his way out of the Tushita Palace. He smashed the corridors.
He fought his way toward the Hall of Miraculous Mist. The guards were terrified. No one could stop him. The 100,000 soldiers were useless. The 4 kings ran away. Wukong stood in the center of heaven, surrounded by broken pillars and fleeing gods. He pointed his staff at the Jade Emperor's throne. "Old man!" Wukong shouted.
You have sat in that chair long enough. I think it's my turn. The Jade Emperor was trembling under his table. He shouted to his messengers to fly west.
"Go to the Western Paradise! Summon the Buddha! Only he can save us now!" Wukong laughed maniacally. He felt invincible. He thought he was the master of the universe.
He had no idea that a hand, a very large hand, was coming to teach him the meaning of humility.